Hey guys, welcome to Watch with Poppy. I am Poppy. Today we're going to talk about last night's episode of the Vampire Diaries. Here we go. Okay, you guys, let's talk about Bonnie because this is the episode where poor Bon Bon decides that she just can't hack it in 1994 anymore, and she's decided she's going to kill herself. So back in present day Mystic Falls, Elena and Caroline are getting together to throw a birthday party for Bonnie because it's her birthday. Really? Really, you two? I mean, all I kept thinking when they were talking about birthday parties and like Elena had balloons and crap, I was thinking to myself, I wish we would put this much effort into figuring out how to get Bonnie out of 1994. But no, they've just decided they're going to throw her a little birthday party when Kai shows up. I was really curious about what Kai was going to be like in this episode because obviously we get that he merged with Luke last week and the merge definitely changed him. And I thought that was really, really interesting. So we still get that he's kind of like crazy Kai, but he has definitely mellowed quite a lot. And he's also kind of feeling these emotions that he normally doesn't feel. So basically they kind of manipulate him into helping them get a message to Bonnie. You know, that's what their goal starts out to be. We want to send her a happy birthday. We want her to know we're thinking about her, blah, blah, blah. So Kai uses his magic to kind of take a bunch of them over to 1994. But the problem is that Bonnie can't see them. But they, of course, can see her. And that's when they realize what she's planning to do. Damon sees her drinking this like specific bottle of bourbon and tells them all about this pact that he and Bonnie had, where basically they had decided like if we can't take it anymore, we're gonna drink this bottle of bourbon and then we're gonna kill ourselves. While they're doing all of this, of course, we have Liv, who has decided that, you know, screw it. You know, her brother's dead. She's just gonna kill Kai. She figures he's gonna kill all of the Gemini Coven anyway, so maybe she should kill him first so she can stop him from hurting more people. Of course, she picks the moment that he's trying to help them send a message to Bonnie to show up at the Salvatore house and just basically start like throwing cutlery and all kinds of crazy business. I was so annoyed by her. You guys, I'm mostly annoyed by Liv. Let's just go ahead and put that out there. But I was so annoyed by her because it was just like, really? Like right now, woman, this is the time that you need to like exact your revenge. At one point, you know, Kai just takes Jeremy alone over there because the spell for him to take a group of them is really hard. So he thinks maybe if I just take one person, you'll be able to touch something. You'll be able to like leave her a message. In the end though, you know, Jeremy goes and he is able to send her the message and to also really save her. So we actually see Bonnie like go into the garage, turn the car on and just sit and wait to die. I loved the fact though that in the end, she was the one who realized that she needed to fight, you know, that she needed to stay strong, as her Grams had said to her. It was so sad too, that whole scene, you guys. Like she was making this video for everybody to say, look, I'm sorry, I just couldn't take it anymore. I was just so lonely. And Jeremy's there with her, right? Which makes it even more sad because she can't see him and it was just awful. And then yeah, she remembers that that was one of the last things that her Grams said to her. And so she gets up to start to fight. In the end, Jeremy is able to kind of send her the message that she needs so that she can go find this magic so that she can figure out how to get herself home. So I'm guessing that Bonnie's gonna have to save herself since no one else seems to be doing it. Let's talk about Jeremy, right? Because the actor who plays Jeremy, Stephen McQueen, is actually leaving the Vampire Diaries. It looks like next week is probably his last episode. I don't really know why that is, you know, like if he's doing things or if they've decided that on the show, because like I am way more interested in Jeremy's story than I am in like, say Enzo, for example. Like that whole storyline in this episode was just like a waste of my time. So I'm kind of sad that Jeremy's leaving, and especially because it's like Bonnie's gonna end up coming home and it's like we're not gonna really get to see the two of them reunite, and I kind of hate that because I wanted to see that. So I'm just a little more than bummed that he is leaving. Speaking of Enzo and Matt, let's just talk about it for a second. We basically in this episode get that Enzo's goal is to ruin Sarah Salvatore. Like, you know, he wants to ruin anything good that Stefan wants to do, blah, blah, blah. And it really still makes absolutely no sense to me, like, why he wants to do that so badly. But, like, he pretty much wants to, like, take this woman who seems like a pretty nice gal, like, he just wants to ruin her. Like, he wants to insert himself into her life and turn her into just, like, an evil, evil person. Just to spite Stefan. Now, somebody, and I don't remember who it was, you know who you are, somebody out there, one of you guys made a comment, I think in last week's video, either last week or the week before, about the fact that they thought that Enzo was gonna do that and he was gonna end up falling in love with Sarah. So I think that's a really, really good prediction. and something that could definitely possibly happen. So speaking of Stefan, most of this episode, Stefan was with Caroline, and Caroline was kind of like obsessed with finding this bear that she had stolen from Bonnie when they were like little girls, and she'd hidden it in the woods somewhere, and she really wanted to find the bear to take it to the party. We get that the bear really is about like all of this pain that Caroline's really holding on to, and so Stefan uses this time to try to kind of like psychoanalyze her and help her, blah, blah, blah. But then of course, you know, if you're a Caroline fan, we had that moment where I really thought the two of them were gonna kiss, so I'm guessing that that's coming pretty soon. And that's just all I'm gonna say about that. You guys know how I already feel about it. I just can't. Oh. Now there's a couple of little tidbits that I was thinking about during this episode that I want to kind of talk about. One, let's talk about Kai really quick. We get that after the merge, Kai is definitely different. He's not just your full-on psycho kind of guy anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's still like 80% psycho. But we get that the part of Luke that's still inside of him is having a huge impact on just everything, you know, how he behaves and the things that he does. At one point, when Liv shows up, you know, they're fighting or whatever, there was a point when he could have killed Liv, but he just couldn't bring himself to do it, right? Because we get that Luke would never do that to Liv. I thought it was really interesting, though, because it's really almost like the merge has weakened him. But it's kind of ironic because we get how much he wanted to merge because he wanted power, and now he's done that, and because of that, he's actually weaker than he was. So I thought that was really interesting. The other thing I thought was really interesting was there was this conversation in the episode about Elena and Damon and Stefan, right? And I think it was Kai who brought up the whole thought that, you know, when Elena was human, she loved Stefan, and then when she became a vampire, that's when she really fell in love with Damon. And I just thought that was an interesting point. I don't think I've ever thought of it like that. It's almost like they're saying, you know, that part of Elena that loves Stefan is just really dead, and it died when she died, basically. Now, as a Stalena person, I don't really love that. So yeah, I think if you're a Stalena person like me, there is very little hope that we're ever really gonna see Stalena again, which kind of bums me out because I'm sorry, I just think Stalena is way better than Delena. I just do. I'm sorry, Delena people. I'm sorry. I mean, you guys are getting what you want right now because, I mean, we're obviously Delena like all over the place. So there you go. Okay, yeah, you guys, that is it for me today. I have talked a lot about this week's episode. I would love to hear what you guys thought about this week's episode. Don't forget to tell me about that down in the comment section below. And I will see you guys again very soon. Bye-bye.